In this video, I will go over the course syllabus with you. We will touch upon all sections of the syllabus, and I will put the time breakdown for each section in the description for this video. You can also find the syllabus in several places on Canvas. Let me show you. First place is our Canvas course homepage. Scroll down to section Important Course Links and click on the Course Syllabus button. It will take you directly to the syllabus page on Canvas. Second, there is a syllabus module under the tab Modules on the left-hand side on Canvas. And the third place where you can find syllabus is the tab Syllabus, also on the left-hand side on Canvas. Under this tab, you will find the link to the Google Doc format if you would like to save the file as PDF or have it on your Google Drive, and the links to the video syllabus, this video, as well as the recommended schedule of assignments. Now let's go over the syllabus in more detail. I will be looking at the syllabus from Canvas page. If you open the syllabus in Google Doc format, it will look slightly different, but the information will be the same. Let's first go over course meeting info and participation policy. The class is set up in online mode, so there is no in-class meetings. Email me if you need to set up a Zoom meeting with me. Participation policy. Since the class is online, no attendance is taken. However, you might be dropped from class for several reasons. 1. You missed 3 assignments due dates in a row. 2. Keep completing assignments with 50% or less. 3. Do not log into Canvas for 3 or more days. 4. Do not participate in Project 1 discussion by May 28th. 5. Do not submit Project 1. And 6. Don't communicate with the instructor the reason for your non-participation. Last day of attendance in online courses is considered a day you submitted your last assignment for the course. Instructor info and communication. My name is Jane Bowers. You can call me Jane, Professor Bowers, Mrs. Bowers, Miss Bowers, Miss Jane. The best way to contact me is through email. The best way is through Canvas inbox. I respond to email within 24 hours, Mondays through Fridays. I reserve the right to wait until Monday to reply to messages sent over the weekend, and till next day if an email is sent after 7 p.m. My extension is 6947, but it's better to email me because I'm not always in the office, especially during summer. My office hours set up for Tuesday and Wednesday, 10 to 11. Not all Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I have some events I have to attend. So please sign up at that link in the syllabus for the time that is more convenient for you. Or email me if those times do not work with you. I also teach workshops in the Learning Center Mondays and Thursdays from 10 to 11. If you click on the link, it will take you to the schedule of workshops with the link to log into workshops and the password. I have a YouTube channel, JB Math for You. I post all my videos on my YouTube channel. Subscribe for the updates. Few other ways to communicate with me and your classmates. Pronto is located on the left-hand side in Canvas on the outer navigation menu. Question Cafe discussion under the discussions link. Ask My Instructor button, available from homework question in My Math Lab. I will show you in separate video how My Math Lab works and what resources available with your access code. I read your posts in the discussions often and will be responding to your questions regularly as they arise. I also sometimes make videos on the questions that you post, especially if several students ask the same question. I just make a video and I will be posting the videos in the discussion. So make sure to check the discussions often. Course description, objectives, content, and SLOs. Course description. Statistics is a 4-unit introductory course in statistical procedure that includes the use of probability techniques, hypothesis testing, and predictive techniques to facilitate decision making. Topics include descriptive statistics, probability and sampling distributions, statistical inference, correlation and linear regression, analysis of variance, chi-square and t-test, and application of technology for statistical analysis, including the interpretation of the relevance of the statistical findings. Applications using data from disciplines including business, social sciences, psychology, life sciences, health sciences, and education. This course is transferable to CSUs and UCs. Course objectives. You have 16 objectives, 16 topics that you will learn in this course. After completing this course successfully, you will be able to distinguish among different scales of measurement and their implications, interpret data displayed in tables and graphically, apply concepts of sample space and probability, calculate measures of central tendency and variation for a given dataset, identify the standard methods of obtaining data, and identify advantages and disadvantages of each. Calculate the mean and variance of a discrete distribution. Calculate probabilities using normal and t-distributions. Distinguish the difference between sampling and population distributions, and analyze the role played by the central limit theorem. Construct and interpret confidence intervals. Determine and interpret levels of statistical significance, including p-values. Interpret the output of a technology-based statistical analysis. Identify the basic concept of hypothesis testing, including type 1 and type 2 errors. Formulate hypothesis tests involving samples from 1 and 2 populations. Select the appropriate technique for testing a hypothesis and interpret the result. Use linear regression and ANOVA analysis for estimation and inference, and interpret the associated statistics. Use appropriate statistical techniques to analyze and interpret applications based on data from disciplines including business, social sciences, psychology, life sciences, health, and education. I know it sounds right now as a foreign language, but by the end of this course, in 12 weeks, you will be able to conduct hypothesis testing for 1 population and 2 populations, and you will find out more about the probability. Course content. 1. Summarizing data graphically and numerically. 2. Descriptive statistics, measures of central tendency, variation, relative position, and levels, scales of measurements. 3. Sample spaces and probability. 4. Random variables and expected value. 5. Sampling and sampling distributions. 6. Discrete distributions, binomial, continuous distributions, normal. 8. The central limit theorem. 9. Estimation and confidence intervals. 10. Hypothesis testing and inference, including t-tests for 1 and 2 populations and chi-square test. 11. Correlation and linear regression and analysis of variance, ANOVA. Applications using data from disciplines including business, social sciences, psychology, life sciences, health sciences, and education. 13. Statistical analysis using technologies. We are going to be using StatCrunch. Student learning outcomes, SLOs. Upon successful completion of the course, students will be able to analyze and solve level-appropriate problems, including concepts of probability, the normal and binomial distributions, confidence intervals, and hypothesis testing for 1 and 2 population parameters. Use appropriate mathematical notation, processes, and strategies to effectively communicate the solutions of level-appropriate problems in concepts of probability, the normal and binomial distributions, confidence intervals, and hypothesis testing for 1 and 2 population parameters. Course material is MyMathLab access code. Please get a 14-day free registration for now, and I will send more directions on the course material next week. In the syllabus, you will find the link to the video how to register for MyMathLab. Please register and use again the 14-day free registration period. Do not purchase the code yet. Grading scale categories. Grading categories are notes, 5%, homework practice through MyMathLab, 20%, quizzes, which serve as test reviews, 10%, discussions, 10%, projects, there are 2 projects, 25%, tests, 2 tests, 20%, so each test is 10%, and final exam at the end of last week, which is cumulative, 10%. Now let's look at categories explanation, or student activities. In order to achieve the learning outcomes and earn a grade that you're planning to, you will need to complete the following activities. Notes, which are 5%. After watching each section video, make notes, take a picture, and submit via notes assignment. The easier way to do that is to install the Cam Scanner app on your phone and submit all pages as one PDF file. Cam Scanner app works for both Apple phone and Android. To help you make better notes, I prepared guided notes for each chapter or section of the chapter that include recommendation on what to have in your notes. Feel free to use them as a template or just manually write your notes. It's up to you. Notes have due dates, but you can complete them a few days later. However, I encourage you to stick to the schedule to avoid burnout. Homework practice, 20% of the grade. In order to better understand the material and practice learning new topics, it's recommended that you practice a little every day, especially in the summer. Each homework assignment is available for unlimited attempts. It is saved automatically by MyMathLab system, have recommended due dates, and I would suggest to follow them, or even complete the assignment earlier ahead of time. That would be the best. Otherwise, you might become overwhelmed if you try to complete several assignments in one day, especially on weekends when no tutors or instructors available. Why is everyday practice important? If you click on the Forgetting Curve link, you will find explanations on how our memory tend to forget what we don't practice often. You may review any MyMathLab assignment anytime after submission from the Gradebook tab in MyMathLab. Quizzes, 10%. These quizzes help you review what you practice in the homework assignments. You can attempt it up to 10 times. The best score will count. Highly recommended to complete them at least one time before the due dates, then few more times before the test for practice. They also serve as preparation or review for the upcoming test. Discussions, 10%. You will be replying to the discussion prompt and posting questions from homework or quizzes with your solution from current chapter topics. Be respectful to others. Everyone learns differently. In order to earn a full credit, you must write your original post before the due date and respond to your peers after that. Creating an online community is very important. It helps you feel connected with the people who are in the same boat as you are. By participating in the forums, you not only get a chance to earn some easy points, but also have the opportunity to ask questions you have trouble with on the homework or quizzes, and even help others to understand the concepts and learn the concepts better. Remember, the best way to learn is to teach. Tests, 20%. There are 2 tests. Each test is worth a total of 10%. That's a lot, so make sure to complete the chapter quizzes to be prepared for each test. Test 1 will cover chapters 1 through 5 concept, and Test 2 will cover chapters 6 and 7 concept. To prepare for the test, you can use quizzes, study plan from MyMathLab. There is a video instruction on how to access additional practice on MyMathLab. Attend review sessions during my workshops on Mondays and Thursdays. Review any assignment from the gradebook on MyMathLab. Tests will be taken online on Canvas with Proctorio on. Proctorio will record your camera, screen, and web traffic. There is a video on how to install Proctorio extension on your Chrome browser. It's a 1-minute video. It's very easy to install. If you have troubles with your internet connection or camera equipment, or just need a quiet area, email me in advance to set up taking the test on campus. Tests can only be taken once, so make sure to do as much review as possible before attempting it. There is no makeup test. There are 2 projects. The first project is worth 8%, covers concepts of descriptive statistics, chapters 1, 2, and 3. Project 2 is 17%. More intense, there is more research involved, covers concept of inferential statistics from chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9. And final exam, 10%, is cumulative exam and is taken at the end of the semester online on Canvas with Proctoria on. Proctoria is the extension that is used for online testing. All records are confidential. We do have to use some proctoring tool for online exams. Grading scale is usual. If you plan to earn A in the course, you will need to complete assignments with 90 to 100% overall. If you plan to earn B in the course, you will complete assignments with 80 to 89% overall. To earn C in the course, your assignments overall will be 70 to 79%. And if your assignments are 60 to 69%, you will earn D in the course. If the assignments are completed with less than 60%, that would be F for the course. Late policy. Notes, homework, quizzes, discussions. I highly encourage you to complete these assignments way before the recommended due date. If you click on the schedule of assignments, you will see what I recommend to complete the assignments by which date. However, these assignments will stay open till the day indicated on the schedule without any late policy. At the end of the semester, 4 low scores for notes, 2 low homework scores, and 1 low score for quiz and discussion are dropped. For tests, the test can be taken with Proctoria recording, the camera, screen, and web traffic. All tests are open for 1 day only and can be accessed only once. So make sure to do as much review as possible before the test. There are no makeup tests after the due date. However, at the end of the semester, 1 low test score is substituted with the final exam, if the final exam is higher, but not dropped. Please note that the due dates are set up for the whole class and are not adjusted per individual students. So watch out for the due dates. Again, complete the assignments way before the due date. Right when you do the notes, do the homework. It will be extremely helpful for you to remember what you just studied in the notes. Recommended plan of study. First, watch the video lectures. All videos are posted on my YouTube channel, JB Math for You, in the playlist statistics. I also put them in each chapter overview page, so they can be easily accessed. Make notes using the guided notes available in modules for each section of the chapter. Submit your notes by the due date. Practice what you learned by completing the homework assignments. Unlimited attempts. Participate in discussions. Then check your understanding of the chapter with the quizzes. The quiz is available for 10 attempts. The best will count. 5 days before the test, start practicing the study plan. I will give you the link to the video on how to access the study plan from MyMathLab. It's recommended by the counselors to dedicate at least 2 hours for studying per hour of class time. If this was in-person class, we would meet 6 hours a week, 1.5 hour a day, 4 times a week, or 3 hours a day, 2 times a week. Therefore, 6 hours in class time plus 2 times 6 will equal 18 study hours per week recommended. So plan to spend anywhere from 18 to 20 hours per week for making notes, doing homework, completing quizzes, participating in the discussion forums, attending workshops, tutoring, office hours to get extra help. Start thinking about what topic you would like to research for your project ahead of time. There is 1 chance for extra credit in this class. Actually, 2 chances. The extra credit is added to the test if each pre-test quiz is completed with 80% or above before the test date. So, for example, to earn extra credit for test number 1 that covers chapters 1 through 5, Quizzes for those chapters must be completed with 80% or higher before the test date, meaning all quizzes for each chapter, not just one out of the 504. No half credit, all quizzes must be completed with 80% to earn this extra credit. Important dates. Semester starts Monday, May 15, and ends Saturday, August 5th. Last day to drop the class without W and with refund is May 29. Last day to drop the class with the W is July 17. We have 3 holidays this semester: May 29, Memorial Day; June 19, Juneteenth; July 4th, Independence Day. Important note about first week assignments. All first week assignments must be completed and submitted by the due date or by May 21st if you enroll into class after the start date, to avoid possibly being dropped from the class on May 22nd. If you join the class after week 1, you must submit all assignments for the first 2 weeks by May 28. Accommodations. Any student needing accommodations should inform the instructor. Students with disabilities who may need accommodations for this class are encouraged to notify the instructor and contact Office for Students with Disabilities early in the semester so that reasonable accommodations may be implemented as soon as possible. All information will remain confidential. This college is committed to providing all students with equal access to learning opportunities. The Office for Students with Disabilities is the official campus office that works to arrange for reasonable accommodations for students with the identified physical, psychological, or cognitive disabilities such as learning, ADD, ADHD, psychological, visual, hearing, physical, cognitive, medical conditions, etc. Students are encouraged to contact Dr. Luis Lucera, OSD Director, or if you do not wish to register with OSD, you may contact the ADA Section 504 Compliance Officer to arrange for a confidential meeting to discuss services and accommodations. Contact should be initiated as soon as possible to allow adequate time for accommodations to be arranged. Academic integrities. If you click on the link, you can read the do's and don'ts of academic world. Academic dishonesty will not be tolerated in this class. Academic dishonesty and plagiarism will result in a failing grade on the assignment and further actions in terms of referral to the Vice Principal of Academic Affairs. Using someone else's ideas or phrasing and representing those ideas or phrasing as your own, either on purpose or through carelessness, is a serious offense known as plagiarism. Ideas of phrasing includes written or spoken material from a whole paper or paragraph to sentences, and indeed phrases, but it also includes statistics, lab results, artwork, etc. Please see AVC Academic Honesty Policy at this link. And finally, AVC Student Support Services links. You can access any of the service by clicking on the link. Please make sure to check the Learning Center and enroll in online tutoring services and workshops. I hope this was helpful. And remember, I'm here to help you learn. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions and concerns about the course or the course topics.